Hi everyone and welcome. So I'm really excited because I've got this new deck that I've just received, which is the Heaven and Earth Tarot by Jack Sephiroth. I've been trying to get it for a while and it's been really hard to get hold of. It's not been available. I had it on order for a while from somewhere, it didn't come in, so I got it somewhere else. And I finally have it, so I'm really happy. And I've just had a quick walkthrough of the deck and I was just blown away by how stunning it is. And I thought I must share it with you all so you can appreciate it as well. I had already seen it online. Some people have done some walkthroughs of it. I often watch those to help me decide on decks I'm going to buy, so I really appreciate those. And so I thought, okay, I think I'll do a walkthrough myself because it may help some of you decide, if you want to buy this deck. And also I thought for my viewers, it would be nice for you to see the deck in its entirety before I start using it for future readings. I'm really looking forward to doing that. Okay, so this one comes in this little cute box with the lid. There is another version in a bigger box with a bigger book, but the deck is the same. Okay, so this one comes with this little cute book. It's quite nice because it's multilingual. It comes in English, Italian, Spanish, French and Portuguese. Then there's a little introduction about the Heaven and Earth Tarot. I'll just read you a little bit that I think is significant. It says, Jack Sephiroth's artwork displays a feel for the classical. This artwork reminds us of the pre-Raphaelite movement which looked to nature for their art. Artists blended the colours of the earthly world in with spiritual and social themes. Yeah, that's what drew me to this deck because I love pre-Raphaelite art, and so if you love art, you'll love this deck, I think. Then it's got, like most books, each card and the meaning, little brief description of the card, keyword, upright, reverse meaning. This deck's slightly different because it also has a Hebrew letter and the meaning for each major arcana card. So I'll just show you that actually as an example. There's the front card, beautiful. As you can see, the same as the box. And it's actually the full card as well, the same image. And so it's got the symbol here. And the Hebrew letter is Aleph, meaning ox. And the image actually looks like an ox. Don't know if you can see that. So that's the full card. Beautiful, as you can see. I think like the monotone quality to the images with little pops of colour coming through are just stunning. And they're also quite similar in style to the traditional Rider-Waite, which is quite nice if you like that style. Okay, and I thought I must show you the next card and the letter as well. So the Magician has the Hebrew letter Beth, meaning house. And you can see the image of the house there. Don't know if you can see. So yeah, obviously when I saw that I thought, wow, okay, there's a sign for me maybe. I knew that that's what my name meant, but I thought that was quite special. Okay, so I won't go through all of the letters, but I just thought I'd show you those. So the Magician, as you can see, beautiful. The way the light is like around him, this heavenly light, I think is stunning. The way his cape is open, you know. He's open himself, you know, and able to manifest as a result. Okay, so then we've got the High Priestess, which I love because it's different to most cards where she's dressed in blue. But in this one she's in white, you know, pure heavenly white. She looks heavenly, I think, and this beautiful light above her, her crown chakra open, you know, she has that knowledge. The Empress, she's holding a flower here, so she's blossoming. She's on a throne, you know, but again it's quite different, isn't it, to a lot of the images we see, whether it's very bright. You know, she does have the light here above her. I think it's stunning. She's wearing pearls, I think. And there's a harp next to her. Wow. Yeah, very heavenly feel, as you can see, to these cards. So there's the Emperor on his throne. I love the red, the rich red that he's wearing there. The light coming through in his hand and above his head. Yeah, the pops of light, I think, are just really magical. The Hierophant, again, just so majestic. The red again for richness. This beautiful white dove. And just again the glints of light, the mist behind him. Stunning. Now, I think this is one of my favourites, the Lovers. I mean, I love this card anyway in most decks, but just the way that, you know, he's actually holding her rather than the traditional version where they're both standing apart. Obviously, standing on your own, solid on your own, is the message there. But we've got two trees instead, which I love, showing the personal growth, spiritual growth. And that light around them. They've both achieved that balance and they've been guided back together. Just stunning. Okay, so the Chariot, yeah, is sort of quite traditional, like the Rider-Waite style, I think. There's not really much movement in this one. He looks quite static, that's the only thing. But he looks strong all the same, so he's overcome obstacles, I guess. And again, I love the, you know, the black and white, then the mist around him. All so heavenly, aren't they? Strength card, I think, is beautiful. Taming the beast, the lion here. The light around her and on her dress, the detail. Beautiful. The Hermit. This is also, I think, one of my favourites because it's, again, traditional with the image, but the way the light here comes through and shines on his face, guiding him on his path. But then the darkness in the rest of it, like coming out of the dark. It's just stunning. I know I'm probably going to keep saying that, but never mind. the Wheel of Fortune. I love the way this is in the clouds. It's like it suddenly appears from the clouds, you know? Destiny appears when you least expect it. I love that. Okay, Justice. Again, love the red, the rich red, the light around her as well, and the darkness down here. It's like the balance, you know. I think Jack's use of light and shadow are just amazing. I love that in art, personally. The Hanged Man. I think, again, it's beautiful because the normal pose, obviously, but it's like all these branches of a tree, and there's a snake up here coiling round the wood. So, you know, he's detached from that. He's seeing things differently. He's enlightened, moving away from that energy. I just love it, and the light as well. Okay, we've got Death. Beautiful. The way that we've got this shadow here coming out of the shadow and moving towards that light. I just love that, the way he's done that. And the light around the horse here, sort of like showing him the way. The transition, yeah, it's just beautiful. Temperance, I think, is another stunning one with the white. Here it's like waves splashing up, that's the way I see it. And again, the light around her, and the crown here in the distance. So it's like when you're balanced, you start to connect with your crown chakra, connect to source. I love that one. The devil. Yeah, quite traditional, I think, in the style, with the devil here, the couple chained together. I just love the fire, you know, the way he does this is just amazing. So yeah, quite a dark one. The Tower, I think, is stunning. Again, the light and dark. The shadows down here. The lightning destructing this tower. So the contrast. Just beautiful. The star as well, you know, the way the star pops out, all the stars pop out, and here she is pouring the water behind her and in front. So she's like illuminated there. The moon, just beautiful. The way you can see the moon is like illuminating this path, and there's a lady's profile in the moon, because obviously the moon is feminine energy. I think that's stunning. Also, I've noticed that one is a dog and one's a wolf. I believe it's usually two wolves in the moon, so it's quite interesting. And one has black spots on it and one's white, so sort of showing the dark and light. Yeah, clever. Okay, the sun. I just love that, the way that, you know, normally it's very yellow, isn't it, in the Rider-Waite and other decks, but he's still achieved that illumination with very little colour. You know, there's the red here, which you see in most decks, and you can just see the sunflowers, but they're not too bright. You know, it's the sun that overpowers and brightens up the card. And again, we've got the masculine energy coming through in the sun there. And Judgment, I think, is stunning, so heavenly. The light that he's like almost shining down on them, you know, it's wonderful. And the way in the people you can see the light and shadow on them, you know, the detail, it's just stunning. And that one pop of colour on the flag, the red. And then the last major arcana, the World. Again, quite traditional really, like most decks, with the lady in the middle of the reef. But then around her is like, yeah, the clouds and the symbols here, a bit of colour that comes through. Okay, so that's all the major arcana. I hope you've enjoyed it so far. I could just keep going through these all day, I think, but obviously I can't, so let's continue. So, Ace of Cups, I think, is beautiful. The way the water's overflowing and it just looks so pure. You know, I know it's water, but it looks like heavenly water. It's just amazing. And then it's like, yeah, clouds here. The cup that comes out of the clouds from the divine. Beautiful. I think this is another of my favourites. The Two of Cups. You know, the loving couple here. Another thing I've noticed now when we come to the suits is they all have a keyword. So it doesn't say, it's got the two here, but then it says love. So that's the keyword for this one. And I think he's really portrayed that well. So Three of Cups, he's put abundance, yeah, happiness. I think that's rather beautiful. Four of Cups. I can't actually read that, sorry. Oh, blended pleasure. Okay, I couldn't read the writing. It's gone a bit dark, sorry. So the Four of Cups, yeah, traditional sort of pose really, isn't it? Being offered this cup out of the clouds here in the tree. This one, I think, is another of my favourites. Just stunning. It's like that could be a painting, you know, on your wall, I think. The detail, the texture, the dark here, and then these cups are lighter, and the reflections on the water showing the emotion. Stunning. The Six of Cups. So in this one, it looks like a mother and child. It's a bit different. Usually it's two young people offering a cup, so like soulmates. But yeah, soulmate can be anyone, can't it? It can be a family member or someone older. Seven of Cups. Stunning. Again, the way the figures, you know, like a shadow. And then we've got all these cups in the clouds. I'm blown away, as you can probably tell. You know, I'm quite speechless, really. Eight of Cups, again, wonderful, the way the moon and the cups are illuminated. And the person as well is illuminated just slightly, and they're going off into the distance. That is a pretty stunning one as well. Nine of Cups. So all the cups here are all quite bright. It's quite a bright card, isn't it? Because obviously the Nine of Cups is generally quite positive. Wish fulfillment. And then the beautiful Ten of Cups. Again, this is like a painting, you know, this couple here, the children in the distance, the cups, and there's a slight faint rainbow below the cups, but not too much that it distracts the eye, you know. I just think that is just so effective. Okay, then we've got the Princess of Cups. So instead of pages, he's got princesses, different twist on the cards to have a feminine energy. Quite beautiful, I think, as well. The Knight of Cups, I think he does look quite dreamy and romantic, as he's generally portrayed. Beautiful. Looks like he's been on quite a long journey there. And he's coming out of the water. Yeah, he's emotional. The Queen of Cups, so dreamy. These images, the court cards, I think, you know, they blew me away when I saw them all. She's holding the cup there. And her dress looks like it's blending in with the water, I think it is, below her. Just beautiful. And here we have a rather lovely King of Cups, I must say. When I saw him, I thought, wow. Yeah, solid kind of guy there. And just beautiful, the light around him. Okay, so then we go on to Pentacles. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles, quite traditional in the way he's done it. Again, not much colour, as you can see, but it's so bright, the pentacle, just beautiful. Two of Pentacles, so the juggling here, and it's quite interesting, two yin-yang symbols. So kind of showing that, trying to find balance, you know. And she's got red on, yeah, it's quite nice, that, the pop of colour. This card is stunning. I think this is another of my favourites. You know, it looks like, again, this could be framed. The light there shining through as he's working. It's just so ethereal and mystical. Beautiful. So, Four of Pentacles. This one says earthly power. Okay, so As you can see, it's got different words, keywords. The pop of red there, but it's quite dark. He's keeping stuff to himself there. Misty behind him. Beautiful. 5 of Pentacles. Stunning. I love the way the light is coming out from this window. Like giving them that little bit of warmth, but you know, they're in the cold. And you can only see their shadow. That is just stunning as well. Seven of Pentacles. Quite interesting, he's got a lady for this one holding the scales. It's usually a guy. And again, the 2 people here really in the shadows. So she's the main figure, you know, wonderful. Seven of Pentacles. Quite interesting, he's written success unfulfilled as his keywords. Depends how you look at it, doesn't it? Because, you know, I see it as reaping what you sow, so it could be positive as well. It's not always unfulfilled, I don't think, but that's his take on it. 8 of Pentacles here, that is wonderful. So, you know, the traditional work that he's doing really fits with the style, doesn't it? The theme and the light again behind him. Now this card again is like a work of art, I think. Just beautiful. 9 of Pentacles. She just looks so majestic and otherworldly there. And the 10 of Pentacles. Again, quite interesting, isn't it? The way it's all, you know, the shadows, the shadow here, and the pentacles are the main theme. And he's actually written wealth. Which, yeah, it can be, 10 of Pentacles. But it can also be this couple, can't it? Who have the long-term commitment. So it's interesting, isn't it? It depends on the slant you take on these different cards and their meanings, because we can all interpret in our own way. So again, the Princess, instead of a page, Princess of Pentacles. That's quite stunning. It's like she's in a forest. The light there behind her shining through. She just looks so dreamy, almost ghostly. Knight of Pentacles. And here I've noticed there's a stag behind him, like the divine masculine. Committed, knowing what he wants. In he comes, riding on his horse. Just stunning. Queen of Pentacles. Again, so dreamy, aren't they? These images, the light around her. She's got a goat, I think, next to her here. Correct me if I'm wrong, it could be a ram. Actually, yes, with the horns there. So like the divine masculine next to her. And the King of Pentacles, that is just stunning. I think that light around him. He looks so regal. So now on to the wands. Now this suit blew me away. You'll see why. Because the way that, I've never seen this before in a wands card, the way that it's like on fire here at the top. And there's like these flashes of fire behind, showing the passion. You know, I just think that is really beautiful. So it's like, yeah, it's on fire here, round his hand. And then the Two of Wands, though, a bit of a contrast, because the wands are just really like sticks here, and it's quite a dark image. Reminds me of a seafront, like a promenade, you know. But you know, very classical all the same. I just think, yeah, beautiful. Three of Wands. Oops, stuck together there. So, you know, again we've got the light there, the sun, just peeping through, and he's looking off into the distance. A little pop of colour on his robes. Four of Wands, he's got perfected work. Yeah, accomplishment, isn't it? Fulfillment. And the wands, I like the way the wands aren't too prominent. They're kind of part of the building. So it's like, yeah, you've built something and you're part of it. I love that. On the red door, red for good fortune. And then here, look, we've got the fire again, stunning, for the Five of Wands. It's like burning away all of that conflict, isn't it? I just love that one. Six of Wands, victory, yeah, traditional sort of meaning for that one. And that looks like it could be an image from a film, a still, you know, from a film, I think. It's just beautiful. Riding through the streets. Seven of Wands. He really does look like a warrior, actually, in that image. I love the mist behind him as well. Eight of Wands. Showing the action there through the clouds, yeah, that's brilliant. Nine of Wands, wounded warrior, and yeah, he has got a little bandage on there. And you can just see a little bit of colour, but he's quite dark, isn't he? Darkly dressed, because he's been through these challenges. And this one is stunning, the Ten of Wands. Just the way there that, yeah, he looks like he's in pain, carrying all those burdens. Okay, now these are the ones that blew me away, the court cards, because of the fire. I mean, look at this, with the fire below the Princess of Swords. She's on fire. She's ready to go after what she wants. I mean, that is stunning, I think. Get ready for this one. The Knight of Wands, look at that. He's on fire. The horse is on fire. He's got so much passion. I mean, look at the way passion is portrayed there. That is just amazing. You know, if we could see passion, that's what it would look like. I just love that card. I think that is, yeah, that's another of my favourites. The Queen of Wands, look. The passion again. The power. Passion at her feet. Yeah, she can get anything she wants. And then the King of Wands. Amazing. And he's got this lion just peeping through there, showing the strength he has to go after what he wants. And the light behind him. So they blew me away. I don't know about you, but the wands in particular, I just think are amazing. Okay, so now we've got the swords, Ace of Swords, quite traditional there. Two of Swords is again, you know, traditional sort of pose, I think, with the moon behind her. The Three of Swords as well. We've got an image though of a person below, in pain, obviously, suffering. But the red really pops out. Four of Swords. Beautiful the way the light there is shining through the window. Sort of healing him, healing light. Five of Swords. So although it's quite a dark image, like dark as in the meaning of the card, it's quite light as well in this one. It's kind of like he sees the light. Six of Swords, traditional kind of image in that one. But beautiful the way, yeah, again, they're going towards the light. I love that. And we've got darkness here, yeah. Seven of Swords. Off he goes after he's stolen a couple of swords on his way. The Eight of Swords. That is pretty stunning, I think. The red here popping out, and the swords at the side of the person, not around the person, but they're still tied up. Yeah, I like that. The Nine of Swords. It's got quite traditional there, as in the Rider-Waite with a female in this card. Quite a dark image. And the Ten of Swords as well. I love the darkness, you know, the figure you can just about make out there with the swords in his back, and then the light there in the distance just shining through, showing hope. Princess of Swords, as opposed to the Page. Really heavenly, the way she's like in the clouds. It's just stunning. The light again as well. The Knight of Swords, I love the movement in this one. You can really see it in the dash of colour, because he's dashing in to communicate. Okay, we've got the Queen of Swords. She looks quite heavenly, really. She doesn't look too stern. I was going to say that, but she's holding a head and her sword, so she's chopped off someone's head there. But she doesn't really look very guilty, I would say. And the final card, this rather dashing King of Swords. Yeah, I love the way he's holding a sword and a sickle there. So he's also quite cold, isn't he? You know, cutting, pardon the pun. But he's got these angels here around him and above him. Beautiful. So I really hope you've enjoyed this. I think it was worth doing, personally. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing the stunning images of this deck, Heaven and Earth Tarot. And, let us know in the comments what you think as well of the cards. I hope you enjoy seeing me use them as well for my readings. I really look forward to using them in the future. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.